Hi, my name is Derek Bealby with AFMS, Vice President of Sales. AFMS is a transportation consulting firm. We are a global company headquartered in Portland, Oregon. What I'm hearing right now from the executives I advise and work with is unplanned budgets for 2025. So tariffs, I think everyone has really understood that the impact of global tariffs have offset supply chain costs, transit times, and certainly SLAs to clients. My role in specific is to make sure that budgets are intact, but really most importantly is cost savings are achieved across traditional parcel carriers. So my impact really is focusing in on understanding costs, having BI dashboards to be able to handle the cost impacts of these increases, but take actionable insights. And that's the day-to-day work that we're providing here at AFMS. Really, if you think about 2025, this has been the year of kind of a stabilized fuel across the entire global cost basis, whether it's ocean, freight, or parcel. But what we're actually seeing in traditional parcel is actually an increase in costs being allocated to clients. So instead of the carriers handling the cost increases or cost profitabilities, they are actually passing along cost increases to clients. So that volatility is actually creating opportunities, both for carriers, but also for my clients. So my clients are taking action with AFMS information on how do we reduce fuel increases from our carriers? How do we mitigate costs and really contain that budget as they go into the end of 2025 and into 2026? In the 2 decades I've managed parcel contracts, I've handled about 500 negotiations in traditional parcel, UPS and FedEx. What we typically see is from a buyer's perspective, our client's perspective, there is a limited scope in terms of the carrier mix that they're adding into negotiations. They're only thinking UPS and FedEx is the opportunity, so their scope is limited, and they're also not doing a proper pre-bid analysis on the benchmark. So there are companies out there like AFMS who benchmark the market. We have 3,000 different carrier contracts, help negotiate 600 contracts per year. So understanding before you go to the negotiation table, what are the opportunities that are present? We call that a size of the prize. So really doing a pre-bid study, but also widening your scope of services that you're looking for in carriers are going to be great opportunities to look at as you go forward. AFMS typically finds about 50% more savings than a client does on their own. And we've studied this throughout the 32 years being in business. So what we see is that if you do a proper pre-bid analysis from an outside counsel, like an AFMS, you're going to be able to understand going into the negotiation room, what's the expectation to land on before you sign any paperwork with your carrier. We absolutely feel like if you do that process before a negotiation, your negotiation will absolutely be more successful, will be more collaborative, and before you sign, you're going to feel confident that as you move forward in signing that contract, everyone is meeting expectations and cost savings. So in the 32 years of business, AFMS has been able to develop tools and dashboards that allow our clients insight into their profile and their spend characteristics, whether it's traditional parcel or even LTL. The dashboards and technology platforms enable our customers to be able to identify opportunities within their supply chain that aren't clearly visible to the daily eye. Trends, opportunities, trade downs and trade ups of opportunities are absolutely going to be delivering 3 to 5% per year of additional savings. AFMS actually includes those dashboards and BI portals as part of our solution to make sure our customers have not only technology tools, but proper benchmarking tools to save the maximum amount of money. Sure, some of the things that we are looking at going into 2026 are bid planning, market intelligence, and also price accommodations by the carrier. So when it comes to bid planning, we're looking at increasing the number of carriers that we're having conversations with and entertaining their solutions. That includes regional and national players. When we talk about bid planning, it's doing a market study. And before we go to the negotiation table, making sure we understand what are we expecting to land on. And then the final point is coming in with cost analyses for 2026. So understanding what is the GRI factor, what are the other accessorial and cost changes that are not part of that 5.9%, and really leveraging outside tools to be able to do a cost study to understand financial impacts in 2026. Anytime is the right time to partner with an outside firm. There are dozens of companies out there that handle outside counsel, whether it could be pre-bid audit, post-bid audit, or doing freight pay and audit. AFMS is a negotiation transportation consultant, so we focus in on making sure that your day-to-day parcel costs are meeting expectations. You're not overpaying to market. So understanding that, there is an opportunity in partnership outside that is going to increase your cost savings by typically 50% than what you're doing on an internal side. And AFMS is capable and ready to be able to handle those questions in a free bid analysis today. AFMS.com information section will be directed to actually my staff. Our staff will then immediately set up a discovery call to understand costs associated with your parcel spend and be able to assist you along your journey. AFMS works with really anyone that has a transportation contract that's negotiable over $100,000 a year in spend. In today's market, UPS, FedEx, and DHL, $100,000 really isn't that much money. So we do work with local regional companies, but we also work with companies that are multinational that spend greater than $100 million a year in just parcel.